Hello and welcome to SKTV News. You're watching our Primetime English News with me, SUCHITRA Rajkumari. First, the headlines. Flood water forces Jawaharlal Nehru Institute of Medical Sciences (JNIMS) to shut down operation. Various homes and streets in parts of Imphal East continue to be submerged as river banks of Imphal River and Iril River are breached by flood water. Coordinating Committee on Manipur Integrity (COCOMI) demands permanent state disaster response task force and upgradation of drainage infrastructure across flood-prone zones. Manipur Pradesh Congress Committee demands investigation on flood control and anti-erosion works undertaken with 460 crore worth budget under FMBA program. And Naga bodies picket government offices in Naga inhabited areas as part of protest initiated by ANSAM against border fencing and scraping of FMR. And now the news in detail. Incessant rain in the past few days have brought normal lives into standstill, especially in Imphal East district, which has been badly affected by this year's flood. Due to flood, Jawaharlal Nehru Institute of Medical Sciences has been inundated, causing disruption in its operations. Rescue team consisting of Arambay Tengol volunteers, personnel from SDRF, NDRF and security forces have been put on war footings to evacuate patients, students and medical equipments from the hospital. The power supply in the institute has also been disrupted and efforts are being made to retrieve the blood from its blood bank. Meanwhile, floodwater has also inundated Porompat Police Station, Modern College, Imphal East DC Complex and surrounding areas. Various places including Ayangpali Road, Wangkai Angom Laikai, Andro Parking, Wangkai Kaithela Sangbi, Wangkai Yonglan Ledak and parts of Imphal Andro Road have been submerged by water. People have been evacuated at safer places as water level continue to rise at these areas. Now, severe flooding has gripped parts of Imphal East, including Porompat, Khurai Ahongay, Ayangpali, and Soibam Laikai, following the overflow of Kongbu River and a breach in the Imphal River bank. Meanwhile, mass evacuations, including patients from Jawaharlal Nehru Institute of Medical Sciences (JNIMS), are still going on. Here is a report from SKTV reporter Benson Nongthombam.
I know Zigli Bomhomosi, Khurai Ahongay, Ayangpali Road, Ayangpali Lambi Haina, Koimiam, Kanga Lambi Duni, High Balambi Zik, totally submerged to Kibagi, Sakama Duni, Lajibsi.
Ngarang the Guinea. He saw Swivel later, trying to the Henkalina, Swivel more Henkalam and Sinamada Yorum. Chen thấp thì ngay số cần can tập tầm chen thay kita.
Yung kay chulay kumayam gi.
Yung bốc ti ho tadi.
Okay. Ngarang na numini humni diap tanu surup punung duna manam moiraga. Kurai hetu mo khong apada zauna launam bal kai bidigi chen tharak wa ising duna manam moiraga koi kongbaturi and chen thak gi gadab du kongbaturi gi su ising asi imai ji hegala pun manam moiraga mofum kaya da koi ising padarak pun manam moiraga khara niam jaga haibatare koi Porompat Ahongay Soibam Laikai hojik phogi oina di Kugi Mathok Yong Sing Puthaduna Lairabani, Pium Yam Sadaba, Mong Dani Laibasi.
She cry Lamlong Cry Hider, what is City View Tower Cry and Topa Sajigina Sigi Porompat Traffic Ayangpali Road, a ship say Noinamok later could you mock to me Haitare, Sing Chauriba, to me Vasime and Sigi rescue Toger Vivini, but Hajibuxodum Tori Haitare.
I mang to Ubiribasi, Zelimski, Koi Chankong Get at Dani. Manungdala riba koi medical tamba mahiro sing amadi anaba sing staff sing si hontong gi damta mafom asida koi Assam Rifle koi Arambay Tengol koi SRDF amadi Manipur Fire Service ki personnel sing yauna mafam sida khoi mi manung dai ba mi sing si hodong hojing tongna bagi thabak kan paikali no sina kari gumba makha ta na churak lagadi khoi ga hai bi sing si henkalakadra hai bi aki bulai haju phabu goina SKTV gi dongta hiram sing matang da pawum jariba video journalist Benson Nongthombom Ayangpali Road.
Meanwhile, residents of Kongpal Khaidem Laikai are struggling with the aftermath of the recent flooding, with some forced to evacuate their homes in search of safety. Here is a detailed report from SKTV News anchor Laikhuram Thoitoi.
Aino jig laizariba mafam asi Imphal district ki Kongpal Khaidem Laikai haiba mafam aduni iril turel amadi Imphal turel ani ki torban kaisilakna maram moiraga ising na khwang yongna mafam asi thunjinakre ising mayok nariba yum sing amadi mafam asida lairiba miyoi sing magi yum thadoktuna safagadaba mafam yenga chatna ramana masa gi yumda leina basu yawi adu thangna sing yauna nomada sangdraba yadaba potam kaya gi awat padi dumak lairi Isau ki sei cheng nang ni busing asida hen ma mi yang chang na ki damak ta tangai khadaba lady SKTV News ki damak ta pawdam jari bi ai samak Laikhuram Thoitoi chanu Kongpal Imphal East.
Floodwater has also inundated homes and streets in Khurai Nandaibam Laikai under Imphal East District as Imphal River Bund collapsed at Haikrumokong area. SKTV News anchor Kundrakpam Sanatombi brings you a ground report.
Unit 51 की technology ना मतeng pangai ko fighting commander ने advisor ama jo maning dilai
I know jig laijari ba mafam asi Khurai Nandaibam Laikai salan thong dadi Imphal turel torban Khurai Hekrumakong akoi mapasida ising kairakpana maram oirakanda akoi Khurai Nandaibam Laikai salan thong sida su ising chenjelaktuna yung kayama ising thumjin kiba amadi awana kayama ichawgi mayokna badu leiri aduga yum sing asida leiriba miyoi sing asi akoi safagadaba jaga amada khara ma thaidoktuna thamgiba taraga su khara makhaidi akoi ising thumjilaba yum sing asida hawju maksu adumak leiri aduga masibu rescue tobina bagi damakta akoi arambai tengol gi tengoloi sing amadi social center club ki member sing amadi local volunteer sing na rescue tobiduna achauba thaudang ichawga awaba nanglaba sing asi gi damakta honabiri aduga hawju akoi ichawga awaba nanglaba mafam asigi miyoi sing asi aduki mati akoi nongmada changdraba yadaba polam sing amadi thakadaba ising chingba sing asi tangai fadaba kaya masu lairi Baudum jaribe ha Kundrakpam Sanatombi SKTV News Imphal.
Amid the state grappling with floods owing to continuous torrential rainfall, embankments of Kongba River have been breached at Basikong in the wee hours today, causing widespread flooding in the nearby areas. People were seen moving out of their houses and transporting properties to safer locations. With the increase in overflow of water from breached riverbanks, flood situation in the state has worsened. Some of the localities reeling under floods include Kongbalaishram Laikai, Thambal Makong, Khergao, Sabal Laikai, and its adjoining areas. Relief camps were also opened in several locations. Various areas in Imphal East District continue to remain flooded as Iril river banks have been breached at Khetri Awang Lekai near Princeton School. Streets, homes, and paddy fields have been inundated by the floodwater in areas such as Kurai, Haingang, Khetrigao, and areas under Thongju Assembly constituency. Meanwhile, efforts have been made to fix the breached riverbanks along with rescue, relief, and rehabilitation work in these areas.
Anak Manipur thin mặt thùng này li ha, hình gì? Ngam nung ai đấy?
Now, amid the worsening flood situation in the state, continuous seepage of Iril River at Kairao Bitra Awang Lekai has caused panic to its locals and the nearby areas. As such, the locals, along with volunteers of Arambay Tengol Unit 29, Kairao, have been making all efforts to repair the Iril River embankments since yesterday. Kairao Constituency MLA Laurembam Rameshwar and social worker Thongam Gopen have also provided excavators and Tata mini trucks loaded with earth in the effort. Social worker Hidam Bonisan has also contributed in relief and mitigation efforts in the areas. However, the situation cannot be fully contained as the level of Iril River remains dangerously high, causing frequent seepage at many points in the area. Meanwhile, a breaching Imphal River embankment at Sekmaijin Hangun Awang Lekai in Imphal West District this early morning has resulted in widespread flooding in and around the locality. The incident occurred despite locals, including Mayang Imphal Constituency MLA K. Robindro, making intense efforts of mending the vulnerable river banks to avert breaching since yesterday. Efforts are on to restore the breached river banks till the time of filing this report. Notably, several areas of Imphal East and Imphal West districts are bearing the brunt of continuous rainfall that triggered water overflowing and breaching river banks of multiple rivers. Now, in view of the prevailing flood situation in Manipur, Public Health Engineering Department has started taking up initiative to provide drinking water to people affected by the recent flooding in parts of the state. In a press release, the department informed people residing at urban areas of Imphal East and Imphal West districts to contact Junior Engineer Maistam Keep Gent and Waribam Johnson via mobile numbers 81256 34543 and 9612-682-714 for any emergency regarding drinking water. Now, main flood control room of the Water Resources Department has announced that the water level on key rivers in Manipur is expected to gradually subside. Based on data collected between 6 and 10 a.m. today, the water level of Imphal River at Minutong has dropped by 17.5 centimeter. At the gauge side, the river level was recorded at 787.9 centimeters as of 6 a.m. Additionally, at the Lilong gauge side of Imphal River, the water level has receded significantly by 200 centimeters. The water level of Irilbung River has receded by 150 centimeters from its earlier measurement of 788.35 centimeters at Irilbung Bridge. For Nambol River, the water level has receded by 5 centimeters from 783.5 centimeters at Thong Nambonbi. Thawal River remains at a safe level, posing no immediate danger, while the water level of Ithai Barrage also remains below the flood threshold. Meanwhile, gates 1 to 4 of both Ittai Barrage and Imphal Barrage have been opened, while gate number 5 remains closed. However, only gate number 2 of Taubal Barrage is kept open at 250 centimeter, while keeping other gates closed. Now, torrential rainfall during the last couple of days has triggered landslides at multiple locations along National Highway number 137, including at Namtiram and Pelong village. After the vehicular movement has been suspended along national highway stretches due to the landslides, it is expected that their restoration work will take at least a few days. Locals at the area informed that the landslides caused severe blow to the students who are returning home after their school summer vacation. They have to take a dilapidated long route spanning over 180 kilometers from Tengnopal to Khongsang, then again from Kaipundai to Tausem, as it is the only option available now. As such, the locals are urging the relevant authorities to restore the road as soon as possible. Coordinating Committee on Manipur Integrity, COCOMI, has set up a flood relief and emergency helpline at Khurai Lamlong Kaithel to support victims of the ongoing flood crisis affecting large parts of the state. In a press note, COCOMI informed that it has mobilized volunteers to assist with relief camp support, search and rescue operations, distribution of essential commodities, medical supplies, and other urgent materials to affected areas. While admitting that widespread devastation due to flood, COCOMI has demanded immediate action taken reports from all concerned state agencies. The committee has also demanded to clear disclosure of relief package details and a time-bound and transparent rehabilitation plan for all displaced and affected persons. Further, COCOMI has also suggested government to establish a permanent state disaster response task force with trained personnel and rapid deployment capabilities. It has also demanded government to upgrade and maintain flood management and drainage infrastructure across flood-prone zones, and also to pre-allocate emergency funds with mechanisms for public auditing and accountability. COCOMI further appealed government to conduct annual pre-monsoon risk assessments and community awareness programs. Manipur Pradesh Congress Committee MPCC has demanded investigation on flood control and anti-erosion works under Flood Management and Border Areas program that was allotted 460 crore rupees specifically for Manipur. Speaking to media persons on current prevailing flood situation in Manipur, MPCC senior spokesperson Ningombam Bhupendra pointed out negligence on the part of authority in managing Ittai Barrage and Dolai Tabi Dam. It also alleged that the present flood in the state was resulted due to lack of proper flood management and preventive measures by the authority concerned. Speaking further, Bhupendra further maintained that officials of National Hydropower Corporation NHPC delayed the opening of gates at Ittai Barrage as there is no proper policy to control the gates of this barrage to tackle floods in Manipur. He also questioned the lack of quality on structures and gates at Dolai Tabi Dam, which is being managed by state government. While alleging misuse of funds allotted for flood control and anti-erosion works taken up under Flood Management and Border Areas program, Bhupendra said a private company, namely Bharatiya Infra Projects Limited, was given 168 crore rupees to complete the work of constructing river bunds and retaining walls of rivers in Manipur within a time period of 1 year in 2023. However, the works have not been taken up till now. Bhupendra further demanded investigation into the private company and to blacklist the company. He also asserted that Water Resources Department, which executed Flood Management and Border Areas program, must be held accountable for their failure to ensure critical flood control and anti-erosion works on time.
así lava aún sobre la flood management and border areas program makada garori simbari ko hubu Manipur na mga para sa ta ko badu karay sa kage madu sahi apad lorda to daw to sido lorda to loho to na haju ko sahi ni gelo loho to na madu lorda ni nasi ya tuwa ta ba Manipur khat se nasi to bisle ro ka ni mata ni amasun dolai kami jam na pancara ko mau pe ba ini to le itma ya wangala ka ko kiet to kaya ka to kita halai ba adu kai des na haju ko le ge mama ni manu ka bari ka kama ha ka amana ka ni habit ba adu lorda na hati even ni mama na har sakana pier ki ba adu mose ko 460 crore adu sibum ba ta kola ka ni ha ka ni pira kraga haju ko da ma kara bisa ka ke thamne ka to ke kaya ma sutro ke ha kam ba masin mata ni investigation to ya ha nasi Manipur progress ka ki percent ke ke sa da ai petro lama nasi ba Manipur ki raj bapan da governor siddhar re Manipur se bharat ki pradhan mantri nasu yemi ka lapi traba adu ka som da isi disawo singa asumati mayam na ha ka wa compensation ka ko pi wa ai compensation ha ka tum ni wa dhawat pro sanction ta ore miso ga ka mi bham ko pradhan phang da na ta ba aboi nasi pradhan da ya adequate compensation to all the persons and entities sing madam yang belum dua hari belum naik lagi memang hari aku mau kopi madam masih belum juga kian dari sana kita memang jadi mau kopi kami itu kan mana begini.
Responding to the directive of All Naga Students Association Manipur Ansam to picket all government offices in Naga areas for 48 hours in protest against the construction of fencing works along the Indo-Myanmar border and scraping of Free Movement Regime FMR Naga student bodies under the aegis of Naga Students Union, Chandel and SUC locked government offices in Chandel district, including DC office, SDO office, ADC office and State Bank of India, Chandel branch. In pursuance of the resolution adopted during the Presidential Council meeting on May 12 and in consonance with the decision taken at the office bearers meeting held on May 26 this year, Ansam initiated office picketing in all the Naga Hill districts for 48 hours starting today. Following the directive, which was also endorsed by the United Naga Council, Tangkul Katamnao Shaklong, and the Chandel Naga People's Organizations, besides other CSOs, Naga bodies picketed government offices in Chandel District Headquarters, including Chandel DC Office, SDO Office, ADC Office, and State Bank of India. Normal activities were halted in Naga inhabited areas due to picketing activities. Now, Committee on Protection of Indigenous Peoples' Ancestral Land, Kopipal, has temporarily suspended its ban on Kuki community in Naga inhabited areas. In a press release, Kopipal said that with the intervention of United Naga Council and Joint Tribe Council, Kopipal has resolved to suspend the ban temporarily at the best interest of maintaining peace in state. The committee also extended gratitude to all stakeholders and general public for their unwavering support. Now, Students School Management Development Committee SMDC and Parents Committee of Kangabok Awang Upper Primary School have demanded the relevant authorities to cancel the transfer order of Thongam Joy Chandra, who works as a social science teacher in the school. The students shouted various slogans in protest against the transfer of the school teacher, besides members of SMDC members locking the school. Speaking to reporters, SMDC member Elangbam Rashikumar asserted that Joy Chandra has been utilized as a social science teacher in the school after the post was lying vacant since the recent past, decrying that the relevant authority issued a transfer order for the teacher very recently without sending anyone in place of him. The SMDC member urged the Education Department to revoke the transfer order of the school teacher immediately.
Oda Joy Chandra si mahagasi uzik utilization asida tawrambadagi samramda utilization sakibase agoi parents committee SMC committee adagi agang agoi punna yaning de school sida ma hek lakpadagi mana school sida kathokpaga loinana tongan ba subject sing mana takpi ba adu higher class ta concern subject leitabadagi mahangna takpi dana science amadi social science takpi dona lakpani haje mong ma si atamnana ma si samramna mo utilization thagi ba si school si sinana ba achauba maram am oire aduna hairi ba waja se athu matamna magi utilization samramna thaba se kakpi dragadi akoi school se matam kaktana boycott tawdana ko thonglan se jaraga ko school kajararoi.
Women folk of self-help group under Hairok Part 2 Litan along with children from the locality conducted a drive against plastic waste from river banks and streets. The initiative was carried out under Go Green, Go Clean campaign of Eco Network Manipur. Speaking in this regard, President of Eco Network Manipur Shinthangamba Laishram has urged public to stop littering plastic waste and contribute towards conservation of environment.
Torin Khungban the Lambi Sorokta, Tomato Famsing the Chiraga plastic sing, Kungalaga, Ambiramba, Amadi Eco Network, Puna, Environment Kananaba, Lona Go Clean campaign Nama, Kwachang Shilagala, Livasi, my partner Nabagi, the Saruk Yabi Bagi, Tanja doing a sea, Litangi, my will sing Amada Angang Singna, Asigumba, Environment Kananaba, Lubanan Balam, Nanaba, plastic pollution, Handa Nanabagi, Todang Lobby Rambagi, Tanja Duni. Eco Network Manipur na so Manipur gi miyam da haijaning bo afam da akoi plastic se langthokpi ganu mai thabi ganu mafam chana thambiyo plastic ta natana atopa waste sing so hojikti khoi paisa othok lasi kana bahiram da sinarasi.
Indian Red Cross Society IRCS Bishnupur District Branch distributed relief materials to the families taking shelter at 3 relief camps being opened at Nambol Sabal Lekai. IRCS Bishnupur District Branch Publicity and Public Relations Committee Chairman Tongbram Shyam Kumar, Secretary Dr. Huidrom Romain, Treasurer Thokchom Netaji, Vice President Toijam Opendro and volunteers Ojit Kumar handed over the relief materials to the families. Indian Red Cross Society IRCS Manipur State Branch General Secretary Athokpam Nabachandra has appealed to all concerned to stop spreading misinformation about the voluntary humanitarian organization on social media. In a video release, Nabachandra decried that an individual have tried to tarnish the image of the humanitarian organization by spreading false information on social media that it charges fees for transporting patients from Jenims Porompat to safer locations. Further maintaining that IRCS has been extending all possible help in the state during the time of crisis and emergency, including in COVID pandemic, without taking a single penny, the IRCS Manipur State Branch Secretary General added that the international humanitarian organization is strictly adhering to its principles.
Red Cross haibasi ekoi international humanitarian organization amani ekoi kari tawgadaba tawidaba haiba niyom relief material distribute tawba anawa sing ekoi transportation tawba ado first aid piba volunteers sing first aid training tawba blood donation gi awareness tawba blood donation organize tawba different types of activity mayam taw hai sing se ekoi free of cost tawba thabak ngakani any complaint ekoi gi mi singna lady flood situation sida ekoi na piriba service to the any kind of paisa oibe ai natragana say in return kind of any kind of ekoi return hambira pu haiba natragana ekoi gi exchange to se haiba leragadi ai wonda pau pibiro complaint to biro highly ekoi ni train to ba kind of singatani volunteer singatani aduga loinana ekoi gi ana ayek ekoi na gari changba yaba ambulance transportation to ba dakar leiragadi adum haibiro ekoi ambulance adum matik chana le ekoi district branch singa loinana ekoi haiba mayamgi angama mating pangno kona saki. Thank you.
And now the weather report. According to ICAR Regional Center Lamphelpat, the state's maximum temperature was recorded at 28 degrees Celsius, while the minimum temperature was 21.5 degrees Celsius. The maximum relative humidity was measured to be 97% in the morning and 79% in the evening. Manipur received 1.3 millimeters of rainfall in the past 24 hours. Meanwhile, Indian Meteorological Department has issued orange alert for Tamenglong, Senapati, Kangpokpi, None, Jiribam, Imphal West and Imphal East district today, predicting more heavy rainfall in these districts. On the other hand, the state will continue to be under yellow alert tomorrow. For June 4th, IMD has issued orange alert for Tamenglong, Senapati and Kangpokpi districts. And before we wrap up the headlines once again. Flood water forces Jawaharlal Nehru Institute of Medical Sciences, JNIMS, to shut down operation. Various homes and streets and parts of Imphal East continue to be submerged as river banks of Imphal River and Iril River breached by flood water. Coordinating Committee on Manipur Integrity, COCOMI, demands permanent state disaster response task force and upgradation of drainage infrastructure across flood-prone zones. Manipur Pradesh Congress Committee demands investigation on flood control and anti-erosion works undertaken with 460 crore worth budget under FMBA program. And Naga bodies picket government offices in Naga inhabited areas as part of protest initiated by ANSAM against border fencing and scraping of FMR. That is all we have for now. Thank you for watching SKTV News. Keep watching for more news updates.